I quite like that one actually. The one that's the meteor landed or whatever.
Is that what it is? Ooh. Did you make it?
Here's Mr. Vital.
Meteor landing. Oh my gosh. Can I interview you about your work? Cool. I'll just film for a bit and then I'll come. New Zealand. Wow. What's that one? This work here.
That one is kind of Brazilian.
Oh yeah, yes, the Rio.
It's kind of it's just inspired by the sort of favelas with the Christ of the Redeemer.
Nice.
It's an old door.
It's an old door, yeah. I'll go around and then I'll talk to you in a minute. Actually, maybe I'll just say, hey, this is Hannah Simpson, Oak Tree Music Channel, and I'm still at 18 Bellevue Road, and I am with
Vital.
Vital. Where can we find you? You're online?
At the moment, I haven't got too much online presence, but I DJ, and my DJ name's Sam Rawbeats, and I've got like a SoundCloud, I think it's called SoundCloud. But yeah, I haven't been focusing on my art too much this last year or so. This is really from, I did some exhibitions last year, 2012, 2011 as well.
Cool, so we just had a quick look at the meteor picture over there. When did you create that one?
I did that, I think that was 2012. That was probably the run-up to the millennium,
all that Mayan calendar and everything, seeing what's going on and all of this stuff. What did you think about the meteorite that came past the Earth recently? Large one.
Which one?
A few weeks back, I think there's been quite a few.
There has, hasn't it? Exactly. There was the one in Russia, wasn't it? That
fell down, and then a couple of weeks later, there's one come past. What would your take be on all of that?
I guess it's just these things have been happening
for a long
forever,
time.
And just sometimes we're always at risk. But it's kind of I am inspired by sort of nature and by kind of man-made interference. I'm inspired by all kinds of aspects. But I don't know. I wasn't too bothered about the Mayan thing really.
I didn't find out till about the day before or something, and I went, don't think it's quite the end, but I don't know what is the end. The end maybe is the beginning, isn't it?
I think so. I mean, it's always new beginnings.
I do feel like there's been a shift in consciousness, perhaps, like that was sort of the drift of the Mayan thing all together.
I hope so. I mean, I think maybe that there was a sort of tension running up to it. Maybe now that tension's kind of gone a bit, sort of. I don't know what the next bit will be.
Yeah, I'm like one of those crazy Christians on the end time stuff, but then I'm like, that's all a bit much, you know what I mean? You have to just sometimes get in the day and be
I think exactly. There's always something that you can worry about.
I'm trying to take it to a point of light at the moment, you know what I mean? Like stuff like this.
That's a good thing.
Get around,
just be positive. But going back to
let's have a look at the art. Yes. So this one here, Street Riot.
This is exactly. There was quite a lot of riots, you probably know, in the UK.
Yeah, that's when I got my visa actually, and I was like, whoa, I'm going there. Okay, rightio.
2011, there was Stokes Croft ones in around Easter, around April.
So this is the Stokes Croft Riots Tesco?
It was inspired by Stokes Croft Riot and also by Banksy, who's done a piece you might have seen on Stokes Croft called Mild West, which is basically a teddy bear sort of throwing one on sale. Certainly there's a riot piece with a teddy bear, and so it was inspired by that, and I just sort of I took it a bit further, and because there was a Tesco's which was the kind of catalyst for the riot in a way. There was a lot of anger about this Tesco's.
Tell me a bit more about the Tesco's. What happened around the Tesco's?
Basically, Tesco's it's getting bigger globally, I suppose. It's in the UK. It's just everywhere. You've got these little Tesco shops which are opening up, and they're putting the high street shops out. The usual kind of story. It's just a monopoly thing.
Yeah.
And the locals were just a bit kind of like, well, we don't want a Tesco's here. We've got one not very far away. We've got loads actually not very far away, and we want local businesses here, which I think was totally fair enough. Tesco didn't listen, just put their shop in there.
Yeah, the usual story,
There
eh?
was tension, and there was some incident that happened, and the police said they had heard that there was I don't know, like a petrol bomb or something in someone's house, and they invaded the house. They busted a house, and it was a squatter, and they said that they found material. Whether they did or not, I don't know. I mean,
What sort of material?
well, they said they found material that could be used to make a petrol bomb, but most people have.
Oh,
some
yeah.
materials like
We had similar stuff happen back home, actually. In 2007, we had the terror raids where they kind of arrested local anarchists and that who were just trying to make peace videos of one called Katahiao, which was about kind of upcycling, recycling, and community sort of. It was positive, quite positive, but there was just some stuff going on, and I don't know really. They kind of made out that they were.
Well, it was.
Yeah,
it seemed like it was. It seemed like it was this kind of thing. It seemed like they, for a lot of people anyway, seemed to take it as that they were trying to start this fight. And what happened was that they busted with far too many police than they needed to.
Yeah.
100 riot cops. They said it was because they were preparing for trouble, because of the area. And anyway, lots of students and other people just always on that street, especially the weekend. It was like Thursday night before Easter, and lots of people were there. And it just turned into a riot eventually, So there was people throwing bottles into the air. And so this was
crazy times, isn't it? Hard times, crazy times.
So I put Tesco's honey on the, honey related to the bear and.
Honey. That's funny. I've been getting heaps from God actually, because I go to all these different churches and different things. But God's been talking about honey a lot, honey balm and healing, and that's what He wants for the people.
Maybe the bees, because the little bees are getting. Well, they're a threat from insecticides, aren't they? And there's the whole Einstein's quote that if the bees go, we've only got a few years or something because of all the pollination. There's this kind of stuff. So,
God's speaking about regeneration. So no matter what fades away or what happens, that's not forever. There's restoration coming.
There's always restoration.
Yeah, restoration, regeneration is coming.
Got to keep positive,
Yeah, it's hard though, because you have to do this stuff as well. Like you have to stand up for what you believe in, and when you're being oppressed, you can't put up with it. You can't keep.
Exactly. It would be easy for all the powers that be if everyone just said, "Okay, you're right. We're just going to do what you say."
Yeah, but actually, nothing's all right. It's not all right, is it? No, not how it is right now. Not all right.
If you've got a brain, you can come and see it.
Yeah.
So you've got to stand up. And,
that's it. People.
That's what it's about.
Tell me about some of these other works quickly. What we're on here.
Well, this is another, riot-inspired. Someone doing music in front of the police. Doing drumming, positive.
Yeah. Oh, right.
This is just some prints down here of my sort of tag vital, which I've done some t-shirts. I've got a t-shirt actually on.
Oh yeah, let's have a look at your t-shirt vital.
Which is kind of a bit faded at the back and that, but it's...
Need a bit more light on it. Come up here in the light.
It's kind of got the vital thing on it. It's like
cool.
A print, a screen print. And you want to look up here, this is another favela inspired Brazil. I haven't actually been to South America yet, but I've been to the Caribbean, I've been to Africa. It's just, I suppose a little bit more sort of positive, colourful image amongst some
hope,
sort of contrasting,
Yeah, it's good to go look for the hope.
And another sort of favela inspired, but with a sort of prison-y kind of thing. I guess it's inspired by the Middle East, Palestine and that. And down here, this is kind of a bit more hark back to the 80s, I suppose, of again inspired by the riot thing, but I've kind of given it. It's called Solstice Stormtroopers, and it's in the 80s the Thatcher's kind of police force cracked down really heavily on the travelling community, that were into kind of partying and wanting to find a more free
gypsy style,
and so it's kind of inspired by that really. I DJ and stuff. So
it's about that.
Club scene and party scene for a long time. So it's just a kind of quick piece I did Sort of,
Nice.
inspired by this sort of drum and bass or rave culture.
Cool. Cool. Oh, I'd like to get involved in dubstep.
This one is Babylon 4. It's kind of, I guess, inspired by. It's got pyramids here, so it's inspired by this sort of Mayan thing and tsunami waves and.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a bit of a mishmash, really. I mean, I did a nice sort of bit of a print there, and I was just playing around, really. It's just.
It's nice.
Playing around now, a bit of wood. I find bits
You're
of wood.
attracted to this one over here. Tell me about this one. What's this one?
This one is again playing with the Christ the Redeemer thing, but I put him as, I suppose, in the way that the kind of Catholic
the
Church
religious representation.
has, in my opinion, the way that the church
in the light
has kind of become a slight corrupt. I suppose money corrupts, and the Catholic Church is one of the richest organisations. I don't want to sort of start the enemies or anything, but
no, that's all right.
I think that was my sort of. The image there was
the modern church. Perhaps the false prophet. The Revelations talks about a false prophet.
This kind of thing.
So the end times, everything,
Yeah, it's kind of, I suppose it's people sort of pretending to be something that they're not. It's.
That's representing the dark side rather than the light.
Yeah, pretending to be good, but actually it's all about a control system.
Yeah. No one likes that.
To be like that.
Yeah.
So that's what that is, and I guess the houses and sort of rivers of blood, and it's kind of
what's come out of the religion.
People indebted to live in their houses and whatnot, and a similar kind of thing below, but it's kind of a bit more tied with the oil kind of splashed on black. So it's to do kind of oil and corruption and greed and control resources and. And I guess the same institutions that have been involved for hundreds of years still are.
Doing all that. I feel like there's a scripture about resources, and it's like, watch. Man will go for everything. They'll go into the bottom of mines. It's Job 28, and they'll go to mines, and an eagle will look everywhere for every little gem, every little thing, but what's wise, really. It talks about fearing God, but then in God there's perfect love. So we've got to the point in history where people are like, hurting one another and
well, I think you just got to take about it. It's like nature is. We need to look after the planet.
Back to the custodians vibe.
If we do that, we're kind of doing the right thing, really. If we're kind of turning it all into a big kind of money-making theme park, it's not
the real. Yeah, the theme park. It's not the real life.
We're gonna shoot ourselves in the foot, basically.
Yeah.
And so my stuff's kind of quite political, I suppose.
I love it.
Some of it's just trying to be positive.
You have to just do what you see, don't you? And over here?
These are just some kind of Indian heads. I just
American
had
Indian
a phase
head.
of drawing quite a lot of Indian heads, and I wanted to do them out as sort of a repetitive, sort of like a mural, a repeated sort of mural thing. And as I said, I've been working more on media stuff the last few years, so I haven't been doing so much art, but I want to get back into doing it.
Cool. Well, let's check. So I'm with Vital, you're on the O2 Music channel, and where can we find you again?
Well, I've got my DJ name is DJ Sam Rawbeats, and I've got music up online there, and you can kind of contact me through that. I haven't actually got a sort of website as such. Also my MySpace, which is again Sam Rawbeats.
Still on there?
I still got it, and it's DJ Yogi Flair, aka Sam Rawbeats.
I love it. There you go, DJ Yogi Flair, aka Sam Rawbeats, MySpace, and SoundCloud. Kakitiano, see you later. I'll take a card.